Yesterday's price is not today's price.
What's up, yo? We are back in the house today. Yesterday's price is not today's price. What does that even mean, bro? I mean, the comic book market changes week to week. This is why we're here. This is why we're here. We do this FOC top 10 every week, trying to track down all the different books, all the keys, all the hot covers. And then you, my friend, you bring the pain with the market reports. So good to have you on board once again this week. How's it going, man?
It's going good. Getting ready for Emerald City Comic Con coming tomorrow. Took the next 2 days off. I'm going to be hanging out with Vintage Toys and Comics with Phil from Vintage Toys and Comics. So I'm picking him up at the airport first thing tomorrow, and then we're driving all over the convention. So I'm ready for that.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. How far are you from the conventions in Seattle?
Yeah, Seattle. Yep. Yes, sir.
All right. How far are you from Seattle?
About 25-minute drive. It's pretty quick, pretty close, all that good stuff. But yeah, I'll be kicking it there, and hopefully, if anyone's there, I'll run into you and say what's up.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Do you talk to people in the community, like on Instagram, whatever, that's from your area?
Yeah, actually, I do. I don't mention it that I'm like from Seattle like all the time, but like on my Whatnot shows or just like from just people in the community or whatever, like I'll post a post from like a local store and like, oh hey, Ferd, are you from Seattle? And like there's a dude named Nathan. He's on the chats every once in a while. A couple high school buddies that are in the comic book kind of environment, all that stuff. But yeah, I run into them every once in a while, like at a store. It's kind of funny. I run into some influencers that are around this area, and I'm like, hey, it's I don't know the real names, but I know their Instagram or like
YouTube
names.
Instagram
It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I know their aliases, their superhero names, so it's kind of funny.
Yeah, no, cool. It's like if you was to bump into me, you'll just be like, hey, Jay Dubb, bad boy nerd, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
no, I'll probably say Jay.
I'll
probably just say Jay, but yeah. But no, I knew what you mean. Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool because you meet people or you talk to people online, and we don't like say, hey, I'm so and so and I'm from this place or whatever. So you have no ideas, like you said.
Yeah.
Until maybe what happens is like I will see people posting. Mm-hmm. I'm like, wait a minute, we go to the same shop. Like, hold on a second. Like,
yeah, exactly.
We shop at the same place. What's going on with that? Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, we are back, folks. Thanks for everyone coming in, hanging out with us live. What's up? Oh, Dr. Paul, what's going on? With the PhD in comicology. Good to have you. Good to have you here live, man. What's up to Chad Morris? Yeah, man. It's always great to do this show live, especially on YouTube and Facebook. It's always great to have this amazing co-host, Ferd Bird. I'm the host, Jay Dubb, the bad boy nerd. You can follow both of us on Instagram. This is where we got started, man. We actually got started on the gram. And we are just two guys that really, really, really love this hobby, this life, comic book collecting, comic book speculating, trying to see what's hot in the market. And we just kind of noticed the way each others were moving. So we was like, hey, you want to do this together? Want to do a show? And it was like, yeah, let's do this. Mm-hmm. I do weekly FOC updates, trying to, pinpoint down to like top 10 books. And Ferd does he does daily market reports, all the comic book markets moving online, all the online sales. He does those pretty much every day. So let's go ahead and give him a shout out real quick. You can follow him Instagram. Take a look at that right there. Let's blow that up for the people. There you go. Look at that, nice and big and beautiful. There we go.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's perfect. Ferd Bird the nerd, and then of course. My nice humble page. There we go. Let's just go ahead and show the people that where they can follow us on Instagram, the bad boy nerd. Yep. And I cracked 669, man. Check that out. Yeah.
Yeah, every whole number, man, feels good. Every whole number.
I know, right? Yeah, for sure, man. For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, here we are. So as we do every week, FOC stands for Final Order Cutoff. Basically, all the shops, real life shops and online shops, they have to turn in their orders to the distros, the distribution, to get in all the book orders. After that cutoff, it's kind of hit or miss. If you don't get the book orders in by then, you're, whichever way the wind blows is what you're going to get in the shop. So what we like to do is we like to do a kind of a top 10, trying to pinpoint 10 books that you could look out for. And then Ferd follows up with his market report. All right, so Ferd, check this out. I am going to show you some of the stuff that I had waiting for me today. If you have some, you can do the same. But I will say this for everyone out there that's watching live and then those that are going to watch later. This book was on my FOC top 10. However, it was not this cover. So I was going for the Sprouse Choose Your Destiny covers, because 3 or 4 weeks ago that was the hot cover. What happened since then was that artist extraordinaire E.M. Gist announced that he's doing cover A, and the shit just went ballistic. Like, cover A's sold out everywhere. But I had already done my FOC show. So if you was to go on my page, it shows Star Wars 26 is one of the top 10. But what it does not show is this sold out incredible E.M. Gist cover, which is like extremely hard to get, man. You can't, there were people, I was told people were lined up to get this book. Yeah. I went to my 3 shops here in Austin, and they were all gone. All 3 of them were sold out of cover A. Some had a few Choose Your Destiny Sprouse variants, which was a good grab. But this cover A is already a ghost in most places. So hopefully actually, shameless plug, I have multiples of these because they are pre-orders. So if anyone does want to buy one slightly below market price, my friends, you can hit me up directly on Instagram. I will gladly sell this for you, and I do ship with Gemini's. I know Ferd does great whatnot shows on a weekly basis, so you can follow him for that as well. But another reason we do FOCs is because when you go into the shop and a book blows up, and I know Ferd, I know you got your share of these, you don't have to fight the crowd. You don't have to fight the crowd. Your order is waiting for you. So, me and Ferd talk about these books, and he's like me. If it's a hot book, he's not afraid to go big or go home. So I got I'm not gonna lie, I got like a dozen of the superhero cover Bs. If anyone wants to try to snag some of those, this was a pretty big one today as well. The Spider-Verse, cool. Spidey UK. I got like 3 of these. That's the 1-in-10 ratio. Because if you pre-order them, a lot of times your shops will just give you the extras. I got the number 1 second print of that. I don't know if we mentioned this one last year. Remind me if we did. This turned out to be the first appearance and first cover of Red Canary.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I don't even think that was even like announced. It just turned out to be, let me see, cover. This is actually cover like H of this. This is Dark Crisis 7. And I'm looking at the barcode. It says number 7 on it. So that's like cover G or H. So yeah, the reason, I'm spending all this time talking about all these books because this is the reason why we do the FOC top 10, because when these books drop, you don't want to, try be fighting the crowd, trying to scramble to get them. You come here, you watch the show, you already know what to get. So let's say what's up to the people, everybody real quick. Hey man, Ferd, if you want to go ahead and say what's up to all the people down in the trenches.
Yeah, man. Good turnout today. Thanks everybody for joining. I see some all familiar faces in the chat. I'll try to respond to some of your guys' questions as best as I can. But yeah, love the questions, love the interaction. Keep it up. It keeps us on our toes for sure. What I was gonna say about that 8 Billion Genies book that you the one that the superhero homage. I read it last week, and what is also interesting about that book, if this show really takes off, or if you're really speculating on this book, that's a nice book to have. There's a lot of first appearances in that book, and it's a really pivotal part in the storyline. So if the show ever gets off the ground, hopefully like in a year or so, and it follows the book, I think that's going to be a heater for sure. I don't know what the Comic-Con numbers are on that book, but that cover for sure, I think was under order, because when I went into my FOC, they didn't. I pre-ordered it and they couldn't get them all for me. So
yeah,
they got me the other cover, which I was fine with. I'll probably grade them, but whatever. But I was only going to get one cover of that particular book.
This
So to
cover
me,
B right here.
yeah. So to me, it just sounds like either it was under ordered, or just in high demand, or both, which is good when you're doing FOC type stuff. So
Yeah, I I would almost say that us doing the show might even have something to do with that, because we're just talking up certain books and really letting people know, like, look, certain covers you got to pre-order. And I just know that before I started doing FOC top 10, I didn't know how to order books. I was just kind of like walking in and hoping it's there.
Yeah.
And I hooked up with Knife Wonder on Instagram, and he's the one that kind of explained to me what FOC was. And it just kind of took off for me. Like it just became its own beast. I'm like a freaking FOC maestro now. I live by it. I live by it. So, hey, I know everyone came to see what's on our list for the top 10. Special show today. If you saw the thumbnail today, we are doing an exclusive giveaway, courtesy of our friends on Instagram, Cyberspace Comics. So I'm going to give them a quick shout out. Then we're going to get this show started. But Cyberspace Comics reached out to us, and they were very excited about actually having us plug this book for them. And basically, they have an exclusive cover I'm going to show you here in a second. But first, I'm going to go ahead and pull up Cyberspace so you guys can check them out. But yeah, they sent us this exclusive cover that they have and told us to, hey, let everybody know about the exclusive that they're doing. I'm gonna show you their page real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and jump into, as Ferd likes to call it, his weekly Christmas. All right, here we go. So yeah, there we go. This is our friend Cyberspace Comics. You can follow them on Instagram. They're fairly new to it. They actually have this exclusive cover for Predator 1. It's actually a pretty dope cover. It's a Yoon. I don't know how to pronounce Yoon's first name, the artist, but I just say like it's a Yoon variant. But basically, man, Cyberspace Comics, they are a store that has like 150,000 back issues. And Ferd, I don't know if you're like me, man. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you're like me, I like to go digging in the dollar bins, digging in the crates, as they say. And anyone who has back issues, they're going to be a friend of mine. That's like the magic words. If you tell me you have 150 back issues, then I'm going to come and bring a beer and hang out and go through them. So yeah, they got 150,000 back issues. You can check them out on their website, Cyberspace Comics. This is actually their first Marvel exclusive variant. So I think they said they're going to give these away for free. But what we're going to do today is we're going to go ahead and highlight this book. I don't know if have you seen this cover yet?
No, I haven't. I haven't really paid attention in their new Predator books. I was doing Alien, but not Predator.
Yeah, you know what? With the new Prey movie, that is awesome. By the way, I think Predator has been picking up some steam, and rightfully so, because that Prey movie is pretty dope. But yeah, this is a Cyberspace exclusive cover. So what we're going to do a giveaway. Basically, I'll post all the information on our Instagram page. give us a follow, give us a like, tag a person, and then we'll do the drawing, all of that good stuff, and we will announce the winner, and we will give you a free copy of this badass exclusive Yun variant. So stay tuned for that. If you're here today, you have a good chance of getting this, and then we'll go from there. So it's time for Christmas, man. I know you've been waiting for it.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so kicking this off with top 10. You know how we do it, countdown style. So number 10 is going to be this was actually on one of our last shows, and it was a pretty big seller. It's an indie book, and it had a pretty low run because I saw a lot of them sold out in the store. But it's actually a very good book. So starting at number 10.
Yeah.
Cool. We have the Ellies. The L's. You know what I like about this, Ferd?
What's that?
Have you seen the movie Inside Out, the Pixar movie?
I haven't, but I think I know what movie you're talking about, but no, I've never seen it.
Yeah, man, it's actually a really good book. This reminds me a lot of that. A really good movie. This reminds me a lot of that movie. The Inside Out Pixar movie talks about like a girl's emotions and all, how her emotions are in charge of making her life go. But then when her emotions get off kilter, her life gets off kilter. But this book actually, it like takes it to a different level. It talks about a girl that has multiple personalities, and her different personalities or different sides of her personalities are like fighting for control of her space, which is, that's like an interesting take on a book because it could be lighthearted, but it can also go kind of dark when it comes to like talking about mental health or whatever.
Yeah.
So
it's a cool book.
I was very impressed with this book. Go ahead.
Oh no, I picked it up based off your FOC, and I really liked it. I enjoyed the first issue. The art was really captivating. It was a clean book. This is a really nice pick, man. I like it.
Yeah, man, I felt the same way about it, and I'm not afraid to take a chance on indie books. Like I'll take a chance on independent books. Even things of a different subject matters. But this one, I would say, was a great gamble. Excellent artwork. Great story. This is cover B of L's number 2. So this is the cover B cover. Cover A is also pretty cool, but as you know, cover B's get under ordered a lot. So I like to highlight cover B's, especially if they're awesome. All right, number 9. Number 9 is what I call the most bang for your buck book.
Okay, let's see it.
Yeah. Oh. You want action, you want comedy, dark comedy, you want violence, you want blood, you want a great script and incredible artwork. Dude, Barbaric checks all the boxes, man. This is such a great book to read. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Planet Arizona Comics? Good to have you here. Yeah, Barbaric was actually like the runaway hit for Vault Comics earlier this year or late last year. And this is a Barbaric Axe to Grind. This is number 2. Cool. And have you read this book yet?
No, I didn't pick it up, unfortunately, but I'm sure I saw it my LCS. I just had too many books when that number 1 came out. But no, I'll definitely check this one out for sure.
Yeah, no, it's I will say this. It's a book that I took a chance on with the first series that came out. The first series, issue 1, first prints are like ghosts now. They're pretty much sold out everywhere, distribution, all that. But the cool thing about Barbaric is they do 110 ratios, they do 125s, and they'll even do like bagged, mature, like nude ratios and whatever.
Yeah.
So if you do order this, you could kind of like put in an order and say, tell your store like, hey, if there's a special polybag mature adult version, go ahead and throw that in my subscription as well. Cool. And now you gotta, like I always like to say, if you can order these books earlier, sooner than later, you could usually save about 25%.
Sure.
Hopefully, does your store give like kind of a percentage for people who have pools?
Yeah, my store does 10%. You have to have at least, I think, 7 or 10 subscriptions. But the nice thing about that, I mean, it's a great, you save on tax. Tax is pretty high here in Washington. What's cool about it though is like if I see a ratio like on an FOC list, or like if I just know of like a 1 in 50 that's coming out, they'll always give me like kind of first, like if I email them or text them or whatever, they'll be like, oh yeah, we got you, Ferd. We'll put that in your box. So it's not, but so it's nice to have they don't give me a huge discount, but it's more so like the ratios I really benefit from. So
Yeah, and that's a good thing because my shops do the same thing. In fact, there was a particular book that I kind of missed out on today, but the guy told me straight up, he's like, if this person doesn't pick this up, don't worry about it, it's yours. But yeah, that's another reason, folks. Another reason why you want to do pre-orders, because once your shop starts knowing who you are and they know that you're a good customer and you're consistent, they'll start tossing it. Dude, they'll toss in one per store variants. They'll toss in the ratios and usually give you a pretty decent discount. All right, coming in at number 8 is another independent book that I really like. In fact, number 1 of this series made my FOC list, and I'm going to stick with these guns. She Bites from Scout Comics. This is actually a very good dark comedy, pretty violent vampire type serial killer book. That's like the best way I describe it. Did you read the number 1 issue of this?
I missed that one too, man. I just I saw it and I just missed it, man. Straight up.
Missed out on it. You slept on it.
Yeah.
Sometimes if a book catches my attention, I feel like if it has potential to be something bigger, I'll go ahead and take a gamble on it and get it. But She Bites, it turned out to be like really funny. Okay. And one of the ones that I highlighted for was in one of my previous FOC lists. It was before we was doing this show. I highlighted this one right here. And yeah, it actually turned out to be a pretty cool book, because this one right there, that bubblegum magazine cover sold out pretty quickly.
Nice.
And it turned out a lot of people were scrambling to get that cover. Sure. That was one of the ones that I highlighted on one of my previous lists. So yeah, man, coming in at number 8, She Bites number 2. Have you seen now, for people that's wondering what it's about, this is like a 135-year-old vampire, but she's stuck in a 9-year-old girl's body. So she's like this really old woman in a young kid's body. It reminds me of that vampire movie, Let the Right One In. Have you ever seen that before?
Yeah. That movie's trippy, man. It's really trippy.
Very trippy. Yeah, man. Yeah. And that's that was actually the vibe I got when I learned about this book. I was like, yo, this sounds a lot like one of my favorite movies. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Yeah, this one right here. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that, like the ancient vampire stuck in a kid's body. And I was like, yo, and I took a chance on She Bites, and it actually turned out to be pretty good. So, all right, moving on. I know you want your Christmas gifts. Number 7.
Oh, that's a nice pick.
Yeah, so Sam Alexander Nova, what do you think about that character?
I'm going to piggyback off Ninth Wonder's kind of philosophy on the trio of the future of the MCU. And I think he's going to be maybe not like a main character, but he's going to be definitely like top 3, along with Kamala and Miles. I again, like I kind of piggyback that off of Ninth Wonder's kind of spec, but if you look at past covers or just like storylines that are kind of main kind of stories, it's always those 3, and it's been like that way since the past like 4 or 5 years just on stuff. And so the more I see him, the more intrigued I am by him as kind of like that third character between Kamala and Miles. Just kind of my theory. And I piggyback that off Ninth Wonder again.
Yeah. And that's that's actually a good way to look at it in terms of like the modern New Kids on the Block type superheroes. Yeah. That's pretty much the Trinity is Miles, Kamala, and Sam. And I felt the same way, because I feel like with the way Disney Plus is going and the MCU, they're going to really highlight a lot of the younger characters and give them some shot. What's that first issue featuring Sam Alexander?
Oh, that is, oh my gosh, I can see it. Marvel Point Now. Yeah. There's like 4 different ones, so I was gonna mix up. It's one of those Marvel Point thick books. There's like 2 different covers of it. The variants, like it's like to order, but it's way more filthy than the OG cover. But
Yeah,
yeah,
for
it's his first
sure.
experience.
Yeah. So yeah, he's part of that. He's part of that trio, as you said. And yeah, Avengers number 9. This is the Comunidades, the community voices cover
cool.
featuring him. So look for that. Yeah, definitely for Avengers. And the thing about Avengers Forever is that they're introducing all these like brand new alternative universe characters. So it's cool. You kind of get the double play on that. You get new characters, plus you get this cool cover featuring the brand new Nova. So let's check out number 6. I don't know if you've been reading this book. It's just I haven't been following it much, but it's had some amazing covers.
Okay.
Yeah, and this one's going to crack the top 10. This is actually an In-Hyuk Lee. I'm a huge fan of In-Hyuk Lee. And this is actually the 1 in 50 variant.
Okay. 1 in 50. Nice.
Yeah. So if you are following Judgment Day acts, you definitely want to try to get the cool ratio variants. I had, the one that almost made it, believe it or not, was a Todd Knott cover.
Oh.
Todd, I don't know if you know about Knott, but he usually does like those gigantic floating head covers.
Yeah, they're different.
Different putting it nicely. But it's funny for Axe, he's actually been doing some really cool wraparound covers. The wraparound cover almost made the list, but this In-Hyuk Lee 1 in 50 ratio was the killer for this week. So sorry, Knock. One of these weeks you'll make it. This wasn't your week. All right, let's see. Damn it. I know. Number 5. I think you'll like this one.
I like that. That's nice.
Yeah. First of all, I'm a huge fan of Exterminators. I like the classic Exterminators going back to like when Boom Boom and Richter and all of those kids first joined. And so they are doing a reboot. They're actually doing a cool reboot with Jubilee, Boom Boom, and Dazzler.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's like the trio of X-Men women who have light-based explosive powers or whatever. Cool. But yeah, it's kind of hard to ignore a Laura Kinney Wolverine, the X-23. She gets me every time. And yeah, I think you kind of know that if she's on the cover, if she's on the highlight, she's going to pretty much win every time she gets her own cover. So yeah, this is the Exterminators number 1. Arthur Adams variant. Love Arthur Adams. Okay, get ready for this one here. All right, I'm going to do this one ass backwards. You're going to like this next one. All right, do you remember, I'm just going to show you, when we did our show, it was one of our very first shows. It's probably show number 1. And this book made the list.
Yeah, of course I do. Yeah.
It's pretty badass, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that is artist Steve Beach, and he's dropping another banger. And I was like, oh shit, that's making the list. So coming in at number 4.
Wow. I like that
Thank
one,
you.
man. That's not number 1?
No, that's not number 1.
No, see, now you done set yourself up for failure. No, I'm just playing, dog.
No, like the top 3 have to be bangers now, right?
Yeah. That's phenomenal, man. I don't even know what to. So I can hear him. I can hear him screaming at me. You know what I mean?
Do you know who this character is?
I have no idea who that is, but man, that's a sick ass freaking drawing, man. That's all I gotta say.
So this is the Devil Neza. Devil Neza's he's actually he's a pretty up and coming badass in DC Comics. He debuted in Batman, Superman, Batman, whatever. And he's doing some damage, but what we're looking at right here is actually Batman versus Robin. And in the story premise, Devil Neza, what he's doing is like he's trying to disrupt the magic in the DC universe. So it's like basically anyone who's trying to use magic, he has their powers amped to like the 10th level, to the point where you will like lose control and kind of turn to the dark side. Devil Nez is not messing around. And Steve Beach is definitely not messing around with this cover. So yeah, it's not number 1 because number 3, 2, and 1 are pretty dope. But yeah, this is cover B. So if you want this killer ass, I think this is cover B. Actually, let me double check, man. This better
I'm
be.
trying to see. I'm seeing if he's at Emerald City. I wanna say what's up to this guy, man. I mean, I don't know if he's there, but
Yeah, I tell you what, man. Yeah, definitely look for Batman versus Robin #1. Oh no, it's cover E. It's cover E.
wow.
Yeah, it's way down the list. Yeah, I
Okay,
just look. Yeah, this is one most stores won't even get this cover, but this is one
sure.
you can definitely pre-order it, save a little money. This is a cover E Steve Beach variant. It is awesome. I agree with you. It could have been #1, except for here's #3. Now you know
Okay.
I'm always gonna show love to a brand new series. This is a
Yeah.
brand new series from Image Comics called It's the Least We Can Do.
I love that title.
I know, I do too. It's got the whole end of the world apocalyptic kind of storyline. I think the two main protagonists are these two females. So what's cool about this cover? This is cover B. Cover B and cover C are an inversion of the same artwork. So if you used
Okay.
to look at cover C, it's basically this, but flipped around. So it's
Uh-huh.
really, kind of a pick your poison. It's the same stuff. It's both going down the same way. But
Yeah.
I do like this cover B action right here. Cover C is the same. They have a cover D. Cover D is a blank sketch cover.
Okay.
So yeah, if you have someone that does sketch covers like my man Dan Worms, shout out to Dan Worms on Instagram, does incredible covers, man. Man, that guy does incredible covers. So yeah, least we can do #1, cover B, #3. All right, folks. Woo! #2. Now, #2 could easily be #1, except #1 is kind of anyway. Are you a Star Wars fan?
I go through phases. I didn't like Star Wars Boba Fett, but I loved Obi-Wan. And so I was hunting for all those sister brother first appearances like crazy. Um,
Okay, good.
so yeah, I go through phases of it, but no, I'm not like a hardcore Star Wars fan, but no,
All
it's
right,
cool.
you're not like me. You're not one of the guys keeping track
Not
of all the Star Wars.
not as loyal, but like yeah.
Hey, and I want to know how many of you in the trenches right now that's watching, who all out there are Star Wars fans. So this next one, when I found out about this cover being released, I was like, oh my shit. And I think anyone who's a Star Wars fan will feel the same.
Yeah.
Star Wars Darth Vader #27 is mother freaking Darth Bane on the cover. And I was like, wow.
I'm pre-ordering 40, man.
Dude, I got so excited when I saw this, man. Like Darth Bane is that dude, man.
Yeah, he
He's like
is,
the
dude.
dude of all dudes. And
Yeah. I love it.
for FYI, for anyone who's not geeking out like I am right now, Darth Bane is the main Sith who started the rule of 2.
Yeah.
He's that guy, and he pretty much only exists in legend. He doesn't have any kind of real meets. He doesn't have like real appearances. There's no real comic book stories made for him. They only really he showed up. I think he showed up in Clone Wars, but dude, Darth Bane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He did show up in Clone Wars, or was it Clone Wars? Yeah, I think Clone Wars and maybe Rebels as like an image, like kind of a premonition. I think no,
right.
sorry, Clone Wars. Yeah. But he didn't actually show up as like himself. I guess I'm a Star Wars fan. What the hell am I talking about?
You
Like
see what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm listening
I'm
to you go in on that, man.
not a
Dr.
Star Wars
Paul's
fan.
like,
I
yeah, he
don't know.
was, but
I don't know
hey,
Star Wars.
look, just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in. I
Yeah,
swear I was going to stop.
Godfather 3, bro.
Yeah, they keep doing this, man. And I got so excited. I'm like, yeah, I'm ordering a
That's
dozen
cool.
of these, man. But this is
is
why we do this show, because you don't want to be kicking yourself when this drops. Darth Bane all day and every day, 7 days a week, twice on Sunday. It's #2, only because #1 is a must-have. Spider-Verse, Edge of Spider-Verse, #4. I think this is the first appearance of this new character, Spinstress. If it's not, let me know. Correction in the comments. But yeah, beautiful cover, brand new character. We all know Edge of Spider-Verse. You never know, it's one of those things. It's like you got to kind of have it. This is
sure
the chin variant. There's also a design variant I really wasn't feeling it. I'm really feeling
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah.
And this is a pretty dope character. So yeah, there you have it, folks. That's our top 10 FOC coming in number 1, Edge of Spider-Verse. Chin variant. Make sure you try to pre-order that. Liberty Hill said he read the Dark Bane novel. He took out the entire dude.
Yeah,
I'm
he
almost
did.
starting to rethink my list now. I'm thinking maybe this could have
AJ,
been.
I'm gonna make a proclamation real quick, man. We even do what was like our 6th or 7th show. I don't even remember what number show. I don't keep count, nothing like that. Dude, this is your best pick out of all the shows you've done. Like this is the best one, honestly, because you're hitting Star Wars, you're hitting a major character, you're hitting like this isn't a ratio, right? You can just order as
No,
many
it's
as you
not a ratio.
want.
You just gotta, you just need to pre-order it.
So
Yeah.
so legit, I'm getting 50 copies of this. Like I don't care. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like it's just too much potential in this book. This is like your IPO like dream right here, man. This is the best pick you've ever done. This is an amazing job, man. Shout out, kudos to you, brother.
Yeah, no, Darth Bane is such a ghost of a character. He's like a myth. He's like a legend. And for him to pop up in what I think is his first ever cover on any comic book, like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a must have. And it probably should have been number 1 now that we've done the show. I'm just like, but you know what? It was top 2. So there you go. And there it is.
Oh,
all right.
And that's coming from a non-Star Wars fan, right? A non-Star Wars fan over here. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
That's a great pick.
Dr. Paul made a good, he made a good choice. He made a good look. He basically said the Art Adams Phoenix, which I did call that a couple weeks ago. I think that was X-Men 13.
Yeah.
That was pretty fire. That was pretty fire.
Yeah.
But you know what? Okay. Pickles said he wants to run it. All right, we're going to do this for Pickles because we love you guys. All right, Pickles. This is for Pickles. Number 10, L's number 2, cover B. Number 9, Barbaric, number 2, cover B. Number 8, She Bites, number 2. It's only one variant right now. Avengers Forever, number 9, the Communicadates, Sam Alexander Nova. That's that cover right there. Make sure you specify that one. 1-50 ratio, Judgment Day Axe, number 5. Coming in number 5, we have Exterminators, number 1. This is the Art Adams variant, Wolverine X23. Killer Batman versus Robin, number 1. This is cover E, Steve Beach variant featuring Devil Neza.
Pickles is going to want that one. Pickles is going to want that one.
He's going to want that one.
He's going to
number
want that
3,
one.
The Least We Can Do, brand new series from Image Comics. That's cover B. Of course, just insane Darth Bane. Everyone's going to be scrambling for this. And number 1, Edge of Spider-Verse featuring, which I believe is a brand new character, Spinstress. Beautiful, classy cover. And there you have it, folks. And I am going to go ahead and turn this over to you.
All right, let me upload this real quick, and then I'll have you put it up there. Give me 1 second. Let's see here.
Yeah, man.
All right, it's uploading.
Yeah, Pickles. I mean, it's tricky trying to like. I'm 2 hours ahead of Ferd. It's like almost 7 p.m. here, and West Coast people, y'all still got plenty of daylight. And then people on the East Coast, it's evening. But yeah, man, you can always do the rewatch at your leisure. Okay. Yeah. All right, man. Go ahead. Let's take it away. Let's do it.
All right. You got to help me out with that share button there, my friend. Cool. All right, buddy. Thanks again for watching. Bad Boy. That was probably my favorite list of the many amazing lists you've done. That's definitely the Mercedes, the Cadillac of your lists, I will say. Very, very nice list, my friend. You hit every single tickle in my body with that list, bro. Anyway, so Bird Watch for a week of August 15th, 2022. We are winding out the con season, and like I said, I'll be at Emerald City Comic Con this weekend. If anyone's there, please do not be a stranger. Say what's up. I may not recognize your face, but if you tell me what your Instagram or name is, I'm sure be like, oh, what's up, Pickles, Nichols, or whatever, be looking forward to seeing you guys there. Oh, okay. Sorry. So my first pick, I noticed this. I actually posted this a while back, or this past week. So I was just thinking of, I mean, Black Panther is obviously like the next show coming up, right? And we all know
Oh
Riri's
yeah.
gonna be coming, right? And I don't know. I swear, Bad Boy, you had maybe like a year ago you mentioned this, like, I don't know, like on a draft, or like maybe just you posted something about this. But do you know this cover?
Yeah, this is I think I did bring it up, but I did not know the spec value of this book back then. It was a shot in the
Yeah.
dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't know, this is Invincible Iron Man #3, the 1 in 25 ratio variant. The significance of this book is it's Riri's first appearance in the Iron Man suit. And on the original cover, it's just a cover of the suit. And then in this one, obviously, she's on the front, kind of alongside the suit. And within the pages, she's literally like in it. So she's actually, um, she's actually Ironheart in the guts of this book. So you got ratio, and then you got guts, and you got cover. It's kind of the trifecta. Oddly enough, this is going for really cheap, like stupid prices. Last year, this was hitting like 1,200. I saw a 9.8 go for 1,200. I was looking recently for this book, and one sold for 600, and I see one on eBay right now. If you're looking to buy this book, I see one list for 450.
What?
That's extremely low. And that was like 6 hours ago, so maybe gone by
I'm about
now.
to go
But
make an offer.
if you guys are looking for a cheap spec, confirmed, like, I mean, this is Apple stock with a dividend. You know what I mean? Like, you just cannot mess this one up. For $600, I think it's a great buy. But this is definitely on the dip. Getting on the dip, and it's a great book. Riri's going to be around forever. So
Yeah, she
what
is.
you
And this book just made my my wanted list.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the market's just so funny right now. I was talking to Bad Boy earlier about just kind of my whatnot show, and it isn't so much like I am upset at people not buying books for what I listed at, but just not taking advantage of the lower prices, or just kind of lowballing a little too much, being a little too conservative. So, look on eBay. eBay is a great source for, buying stuff, but whatnot's also, there's a lot of good sellers out there in the community that want to sell books to people that are good people. So yeah, just be on the lookout for that.
And that's the cool thing about whatnot. It's like if you follow certain people, if you have your favorites that you keep track of, you can get some really good deals on books, and you don't have to pay, outrageous prices. But you got to be actively involved. Like, you got to follow people.
Yeah.
You got to be in the show, to hunt down certain. Oh, you got one of my favorite books up right now. New Ages of Atlas. Yes, I love this
The
book.
Call. Yeah, I got that one too. It's also, I almost put that on the list too, Liberty. But the one thing about that The Call book, it's an Invincible Iron Man #1, right? It's not like a first appearance of her in, like, kind of like the armor. But that's a sick book too. And that's that's really tough and high grade. Both those books, both the Invincible 3 and the DeCall variant he's talking about, they're really tough and high grade because the color rub and all that, all that jazz, wow. Right? So anyway, I know you know about this book, Bad Boy.
I'm all about Swordmaster. I love it.
Swordmaster,
all about
man.
it. Yeah.
I tried. This list was kind of tough for me to do. I had to kind of look back at my previous slides. I didn't want to like redo like kind of old characters, and I want to be a little more biased, or unbiased. But I was looking up Comic-Con numbers a little bit this week, and the new Agents of Atlas 1 was heavily ordered, like 65,000 copies, but it dropped by almost 30,000 to like 34 for New Agents of Atlas #2. And I think it's just because people just didn't think of think that Swordmaster would be, or just the ongoing issues would be kind of like wanted. And
yeah,
specifically this second print, I mean, 3,928 print run for a first appearance, second print.
Are you shitting me? That's the total print run.
super
I
small.
thought that was $39.28.
No, my comma's a little weird there. My fault, bro.
Yeah, so
But
that's less than a 5,000 print run. Wow. Okay.
yeah. So like, it's a first appearance. It's a second print. We all know about second prints. This is also extremely annoyingly hard and high grade. Do you know why?
Why?
So the back has that Avengers like movie poster, like the Endgame poster, where it's like purple and black on the back, and so color
Oh,
rub is horrible on this
wow.
book. I saw 9/8 last year go for like 300, which is like actually still pretty cheap. So this past year, personally, at me, I bought 2 of these guys in 9/8 for $100 a piece.
Damn it.
Ridiculous.
And you didn't tell me,
And I
man.
didn't
We
tell
didn't
you.
know. I didn't know you back then. Shit.
But I bought this book on the dip as well. Like I think raw copies are going for like 50 to 75 last year. I bought this book and it wasn't in best condition for $20.
Hey, that's a good grab, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's a small print run. You can't find them. It's really hard to find. But what did you think about this, man? I know you
I'm a
like it, but
huge,
what do you think about it?
I'm a huge Swordmaster stan. Like anybody who follows me know, I'm like the biggest Swordmaster stan out there. I'm all about the new Iron Fist. I'm
Yeah.
all about that character Lindley. I saw someone released like a rumored list for the new Defenders, and they had that actor, that guy from The Good Book, Manny Jacinto. They had him
Yeah.
listed as a character, and I'm just like, dude, if this is going to be Swordmaster Iron Fist, I'm like, yo, sign me up for that. That got me
Yeah.
excited, man.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are, there's a lot of Danny Rand fans, but I'm just a big Swordmaster fan, so I really do want to see him. I would love to see him in Iron Fist. So yeah, this book right here, anybody out there that has one they can sell me, definitely hit me up because I need a copy.
Yeah, I mean, look right now. I mean, you can look right now, offer like $25 on the best offer, look at the back, and if it comes out like for $25, that's a great investment, man.
Cool, man. What other? Ooh.
So this one, and if you guys aren't familiar, my third to last book is always like your dividend kind of like safe investment. You're gonna pony up a little bit more dollars, but it's because it's more safe. So Uncanny X-Men 221, first appearance of Mr. Sinister. He's my favorite X-Men villain just because he's just nuts, you know what I mean? I prefer the newsstand over the regular, but beggars can't be choosers. 9/8 in 2021 were around 450. But here's the weird thing, dude.
What? I didn't know they went that high.
Yeah, they're actually going higher. They're actually I was looking at sales for Mr. Sinister 9.8 high grade. They're ranges from 350, so that's probably like kind of earlier in the year, but now they're kind of going back up in that $500 to $600 range. The only reason I can think of is that there's rumors of Mr. Sinister being one of the primary protagonists in like the upcoming films. I mean, it's all rumor stuff, but even if it's not like a confirmed MCU kind of deal, this is just a great book to have. You want Apocalypse, you want Mr. Sinister, you want the big boys, you know what I mean?
You know what breaks my heart is I'm old enough that I remember this book came out around, I want to say maybe 89, 90. I had all of these books when I was a kid, and I had a bag and board. They were in great condition, and I've gone through so many keys, and now that all the keys are popping up and they're, the markets, they're through the roof. I don't own any of them. So when you show me these classic books, a small piece of me just dies a little bit inside.
Just a small one though, not a big one, right?
Just a small piece, because I'm like, I'm still in the game, but damn it, I got to pay market price for a book that used to be in my PC anyways.
I mean, yeah, had we known, right? Had we known. And so my last pick is if you win the lottery, like kind of thing. I didn't go crazy with this one. It just kind of, so it doesn't really fit in the category of like if I had $1 million, I could probably, like if I got like a huge bonus, I guess I'd buy this one. But Bad Boy, you're talking about Prey earlier, right?
Yeah,
The
Prey, great movie.
so before I go to the next slide, so the main character in Prey, there's been a lot of like kind of fan heat saying like we gotta have Prey, or the girl who played Prey, the main character.
Yeah.
She has to be in the MCU as this character. Do you know what character I'm referring to? Have
She
you
would
seen on
be
any
an
Instagram sites?
she would be an awesome what was her name? Moon something? The girl from the New Mutants. Mirage. She would make a great Mirage.
Okay.
That's the first thing I think of when I think of her. She would make a great Mirage from New Mutants.
Okay.
But
So it's not that, but
Echo.
Echo was another. Echo is actually what I was thinking, but this isn't the community that the character I'm referring to. The community was actually more. This is actually a little more accurate, but Echo I thought too. But here I'll just get to it.
Thanks, Dr. Paul Danielle Moonstar. Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, I just kind of thought of it.
Yeah.
NYX number 3, first appearance of. Oh my god, what the hell's her name? I just forgot.
Laura.
There you go. Yeah. So
Laura Kinney. Yeah.
So obviously she's already been in the, I don't want to say MCU, but she was in, that last Wolverine movie.
She was in Logan,
Origins. Yeah. So I thought the gal from Prey did a really great job as an action hero.
She did.
I think she'd be great at being introduced as this character, as Laura Kinney or whatever. And to me, this is like, I've always wanted this book. I just can't fork over too large for like this book, but then the more and more I think about it, like I think I would, if I find it at the con this weekend at 1,600, I'm buying it all day.
Oh yeah, damn.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna screw it, man. Like whatever. I'm only looking for a couple books at the con, so I'm gonna if I find like one that's like really like high, I'm just gonna buy that. I'm done. I'm gonna leave the con, but so yeah, NYX number 3, 9.8. Last year was selling for almost 3K, kind of the height in the market.
Jesus.
Yeah, crazy money.
Man,
I think it's a classic 2000s book, along with like books like Century, like I talked about before, Amazing Fantasy 15, obviously UF4. It's just kind of, when I think of key books, like key modern books,
yeah,
like in the 2000s, I feel like this is like one of them, right? The art's just
this book
amazing.
was hot coming out the gate.
Yeah. And I didn't know about this book until like 2008, when I was kind of coming back into books or whatever. And back then it was like a $200 book. So I feel like, and I'm kind of just assuming this, but I feel like this is like one of the first books that kind of went for big money before, like,
before Miles and Kamala and all that,
as a part of the modern kind of books, right? Like this one really.
And I agree with that. I agree with that, because I remember when the NYX series came out, and this one, once they introduced X23, it immediately went through the roof. It's never been a cheap book.
Yeah. There is a Marvel must-haves version of this where you can get in 9.8 for like 125, 130, which is still a really cool book. If you don't feel like forking over 2K for this currently. I haven't read this book. I've just tried. I've just tried to. I probably should just download it on digital, but I've always tried to acquire it raw. But if you're gonna buy this book, get it in 9.8. It's what I found on eBay. I don't know if you guys get this from this show or whatever, but like I always try and like look for like realistic prices on eBay or like best offers, and this is just it's a risky book to try and get in raw and press it and send it in and hope for 9.8, rather than just like buying it in 9.8, shelling out the extra. I know it's a lot, but percentage wise, like $1,200 instead of paying $600 for like a possible 9.8. That's what I recommend. That's my Jim Cramer kind of take on this book. So
you said Jim Cramer. I like
Jim
that.
Cramer,
yeah.
Man.
No, I in some cases it's one of those things like just go ahead and shell out the money and get the 9.8.
Yeah. Then or don't do it at all, right? If it's too much, then just like don't risk it. You know what I mean? Like I would hate for someone to buy this for like $600 raw, which is basically what it goes for. And then they press it, make it all clean. You get a 9.4, and it's still worth $600. It's just not worth it.
This was to answer Liberty Hill. No, I read this. It's like you said. This book was, I think it was the true new modern grails. Like I think that book kicked off that whole movement because the NYX series was kind of like a little bit like darker teen series.
Yeah.
And
More mature.
yeah, when number 3 dropped, dude, it dropped like a comet.
Yeah.
You know, when they introduced X23, like I said, it's never been cheap. If you didn't get it on release, you weren't paying less than $50 to $100 back then. Like now, it's just,
which now is like, $1,000 with inflation, right?
Oh yeah, I wish I would have grabbed a few more at $50. This is another one of those books I had and sold and kicking myself. Yeah, you just have no look. It's why we do this show now. Like, it's why I have, all these copies of 8 Billion Genies, because it's like never again. I'll never not have a book ever again.
Yeah.
I
think everyone in our show should, from now on, you don't have to do this, but like it's just funny. I think when you're doing the FOC and you see a book, like just go on your laptop, and just order it. Like if you see
go
it,
hard
just do
go
it.
Home, yeah. Go big or go home, really.
Or if you, on my first slide, you all should just like look at the prices and just like, like, is that for real? Look, man, like it's right there, and just order it while I'm typing away. I'll also say this. Full disclosure: the only book I own of the 4 that I presented was the first book. It was the Vince Wireman number 3 in 9.8. I'm holding on to that for a bit. So,
do you consider that one of your blue chip stock holdings, long term plays?
So I would say it's a mid to long term, like 3-year hold. Okay. But you gotta buy it now at $600 for a 9.8 or $450, like I saw earlier this morning.
Okay.
I think that was a starting price, I want to say, but like $600, I feel like it's a low risk kind of entry point. It might not go up. Who knows? The market's so finicky right now. And
dude, if you were my portfolio manager, I would just be scratching my head like, all right, man, I'm gonna take your advice.
No biscuit, no, don't risk it, no biscuit, right? Yeah.
Hey, if you were my portfolio manager, how many copies did you say you were going to order?
I'm getting 50 right now, man. I don't even care. 25 of them, I'm gonna press them all nice and clean. I'll get that ugly ass Marvel paper. I'm gonna press it. Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah, cool, man. Great show, man. This was a lot of fun today. Thanks for everybody down in the trenches, as I say, for coming out. Dr. Paul, salute you and what you do, sir. Everybody needs to follow Liberty Hill Comics.
Yes.
Anything else you got? Are you doing a show or whatnot show tonight or what?
Not tonight. I got to prep for some guests coming in for the con and all that stuff. But I did one yesterday. It was a lot of fun. I did kind of like a bid on a key book. You get entered to a drawing. I gave away 2 slab books yesterday. But it was a good show. Like I said, if anyone's going to be at Emerald City Comic Con this weekend, come say what's up. I'm not one of those dudes that's like got 1 million followers on Instagram. I love this community, even with a little bit of the drama in the background and whatever, moving on. But no, say what's up to me if you're at Emerald City Comic Con, or DM me and maybe we can say hi and grab a picture together and enjoy some books this weekend. I'll be hunting. That's for sure.
Cool, man. I think if anybody, you know what? I think, hey, I want to see photos too while you're at Emerald City. I want to post some photos.
Yeah, definitely.
I need to do a whatnot sale because I'm running out of room. So if anyone's looking of copies of, like
literally the reason I do whatnot shows.
Just hit me up direct. If you need a copy, I have a few. I will sell them below. They're going for like $25 a piece.
Yeah.
And they're sold out. It's already a ghost. They're sold out. But if anyone does need a copy, just hit me up on Instagram, whatever. But yeah.
Hey, Liberty Hill.
I gotta get
Liberty Hill. Hit both of us up on Instagram. We'll figure something out.
Cool, man. Great show. Hey, everybody, thanks for coming out. We will catch you all on Instagram, and we will catch you back here next week. Yesterday's price is not today's price.